Well, hello, and thanks for tuning in. Just a forewarning, I'm in a bit of a funny mood today, so I might say some weird stuff. I decided I wanted to have a cup of coffee, which I like coffee, but I've been off caffeine for a good few weeks now, so the caffeine buzz has kind of got me a little bit jittery. I can't believe I used to drink like 8 to 10 cups of caffeine tea a day and maybe 1 or 2 coffees, and I never ever felt like this, or I never noticed, but I guess because it was just normal. But now it's just really weird how much it's affecting me, just that 1 cup of coffee. But yeah, so this drawing, as you can tell from the title, it's a storm in a teacup, and I got this idea. We went out for a walk because we had quite a mild day after Hurricane Doris, which we've been having kind of a lot of wind and rain from, which you might actually be able to hear in a few of my other videos in the background, just the wind past the windows. It has been really noisy. But on the weekend, on Sunday, we did have a nice mild day, so we went out for a really long walk, and then went to a cafe for a cup of tea. And by that time, I was quite tired and a little bit just kind of out of it, I guess. I was just a bit, I don't know how to describe it, but it's that kind of feeling you get where you are just tired and not quite grumpy, in kind of a good mood, and kind of that endorphin rush after exercise, after a bit of getting out. And so I had that going on. And then as I got a cup of tea from the cafe, and I kind of swirled it around and then poured my milk in. And as the milk was going in, it kind of made these really cool sort of cloud formations and patterns in the drink. And I kind of sat transfixed staring at it. And David, my other half, was just looking at me like I was insane. Just being fascinated by a cup of tea. But it really was, and it really was quite beautiful in a way. And it did bring to mind that saying of storm in a teacup, and then I thought, oh, that'd be great to draw. And so I've kind of been working on a couple of concepts, ideas of how best to get that across, and this is kind of what I ended up with. Rather than just having tea with the storm in it, is having somebody maybe holding the tea, and then it kind of asks the question, oh, are they noticing this? Is it something that they're doing? Like if you're taking it straight from sort of what the phrase means, which is, it's basically making a mountain out of a molehill. Sort of, it's, getting really annoyed about something really small, or getting annoyed in a small way, I guess, would be sort of the definition of a storm in a teacup, if you've never heard it and heard it before. Now, I did decide on this, have someone holding it, because I thought it kind of gave this idea of, say, like maybe they're a witch and they've cast a spell to make the cup in the hand into a storm, or maybe it's just kind of from their imagination, that's what they're seeing from sort of the swirl of the tea and the milk. I thought it just gives it a bit something more, having someone holding it. And also it kind of just looks very inviting to me as well. So with the storm, it's been quite cold in our house recently, and it takes quite a while for the heaters to heat up. So just having that warm cup of tea in your hands is kind of a respite from the cold. I'm at the moment, I'm lying on my couch watching the video, sort of covered in my blanket, just in a very chilled out zone, which is nice, because I went out to town into Cambridge, and it's very busy and it's very cold and very miserable, so I'm definitely happy to be home. I think it's about to start raining as well, which I'm really glad I missed, but I just had to get my phone sorted out, which I did, yay. So I've got my old number back now, because I dropped my iPhone 5 down the toilet. On my birthday, I dropped it in the toilet, so I had to go back to my iPhone 4, but it meant I lost my number, but they managed to sort it out for me at the EE shop, so that's good. I keep saying I keep listening to my videos and getting really annoyed at the amount of times I say I need to, I don't know, maybe if I go for script or something, I don't know how easy it is to kind of listen to me just waffling on, which I'm very good at doing. It's one thing in school and work that I've always been told I am a waffler, and I will agree with that. I hope I'm making sense with what I'm saying when I'm either describing things or talking about things. I have noticed sometimes I do start a sentence and it doesn't really go anywhere. I realise halfway through I have no idea what I'm saying. So I hope it's kind of okay to watch. I don't know. I don't really watch them. I find it weird listening to my voice, and my boyfriend says they're good, but obviously he's kind of got to say that. And any of my friends that I've showed them to have gone, "Oh yeah, it's awesome," but I don't know if any of them would tell me if it wasn't. So, but I don't know. I hope it's okay. I mean, it's a learning curve. This is only my fourth video, so I've got a lot to learn. I mean, about lighting and contrast, and maybe putting some music in here in the background, or I might need that if I run out of things to say, which I doubt would ever happen, but it might one day. Now, getting back to the picture, the cup that I'm drawing, like the colours of the blue in the side, blue inside, and kind of grey browny on the outside. That is a cup I have. It's from a tea set, like a Japanese tea set that my sister got me. It's really awesome. I absolutely love it. It's one of those that I never use because I don't want to risk like breaking it. I think David, he did drop a cup and kind of snapped one of the handles. I was so annoyed. But I think I glued it back on, so it's all okay. So it's kind of okay now. But it's just really lovely. And then towards the end, you can see I kind of add more details onto the outside. I found it really difficult to do the sort of the storm clouds. I wanted this to be a rather quick drawing because I mean, as I mentioned in my other video, I am working on something for my sister at the moment, and I didn't want this to take up too much time. This was something I was kind of doing just to warm up, really, before I start on the pictures for her. This was just to get my muscles, I don't know, used to it or whatever. And so I did kind of rush through it, but I do like how the storm clouds did end up, and I did do some trials of it the other day because I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do, and I thought this kind of cyclone sort of eye of the storm type thing, and then have some lightning coming up, and which I tried, I think, with my silver gel pen. It didn't quite show up, and then with my white pen it kind of missed something, so I did it with the gold gel pen. But I like it all in all. I think I will put it up on the wall, maybe in the kitchen near the sort of kettle and tea things, just for the storm in a teacup type, which is actually what my mum used to say about me whenever I had like whenever I was sulking about anything. She'd be like, "Oh, you could make a storm in a teacup, you." I never really understood it, but I guess she was saying I just make a really big deal out of such tiny little things, which I think I used to do because I was such a sulker when I was younger, as I'm sure my family can attest to. I sulked about everything unless I got my own way. I think I'm better now. I don't know. David might say that I've not changed much, but I'd like to think I have. Now these. Yeah, so I think that's about done now. Almost. Oh no, I'm still doing more. Oh yeah, I've got to do these design bits. Oh, I don't really have much. Saying that I never run out of things to say, I'm actually kind of running out of things to say. I don't know whether I should fill these videos with my talking or with information about how I'm drawing the things I'm drawing, or just talking generally. I don't know, because I think I've got like maybe 20 views in all of my videos, so I don't really have people. I feel like at this time there's no point me saying, so what do you want the videos to be about, because nobody other than my boyfriend and a couple of friends are watching them. So yeah, I do feel there's no pressure in that. I can kind of just talk about whatever I want. But I do need to stop. Maybe I should start with a script so I don't say all the time. Okay, well, it is coming up to the end, so I'll just kind of say goodbye now. And I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you like the picture.